was one of the biggest things that brought me and my brother to decide to make a social media of our own.
Yeah, true.
I mean, I know we wanted to get into that on this podcast, that me and my brother were creating a social media called College VS, or College Versus.
Yeah, let's get into that a little
bit. Where colleges,
that,
where colleges compete in 5 different categories: parties, sports, dorms, clubs, and food. Where essentially kids would then post a video or an image in that said category, and they would get upvotes that would then rank them to see which college is the best in said category. And the way I came up with the idea is a little, I guess, vulgar in the sense, but I was home for winter break in 2018 or 2017.
No, it was 2016. 2016.
I didn't know it was that long ago.
Yeah,
Holy crap!
yeah.
You're right. It must have.
It was
been,
the winter of 2016 going into 2017.
We were in Monroe. That's why.
Yeah.
And I came home and I was sleeping, and this was when I was drinking way too much in college. But then who doesn't? Who doesn't?
Yeah.
I mean, Simone knows she was still in.
Maybe.
But
maybe the Bret level's not what everyone goes for, but
anyways, though, I kind of like had a dream that I was like, oh, I wonder who could like shotgun a beer faster, me, who lived in SUNY Plattsburgh at the time, or my friend who lived in Oswego, and our schools had a rivalry. And that's when I kind of clicked. I was like, what if there was a website or a social media where it was a defined aspect of this certain experience you have in college? It's funny because that's kind of what Facebook was initially designed for. If anyone that's seen The Social Network, it was like, oh, like we want to connect all these kids from colleges to, see what that life's going on. I want to recapture that experience, but I want to bring a level of gamification from it, where you're now competing for it. Social media is this pretty much blatant, but nobody wants to admit it, competition.
Yeah.
But we want to make it apparent. That's why we have a leaderboard on our social media. We wanted to know, like, this is where you're ranked, and it goes even deeper. Like, you're ranked within your school too. Like, if you're number one in your school, like, you're the one who's posting, you're the one who's bringing recognition to your school. You are the main line. You're actually becoming more a part of your school than you are actually going there.
Are you copyrighted? Because I don't know if we could put this out. I don't want to.
We're copyrighted. We're copyrighted. We have all the legal stuff all down to a T. We're completely fine.
Go ahead.
No, I mean and this is another thing that I would like to add to anyone that creates an idea. You'd be surprised that nobody will realistically steal your idea.
Yeah, we talk about that a lot.
Because it is a crap ton of work. And I used to be that kind of guy, like, oh, like, before you hear about my idea, you got to sign, like, a non-disclosure agreement. Like, really, and I was. But the more you kind of put it together, you're like, this is a lot of work. Well, nobody wants to do this. This is a lot of work.
One of the things that, like, we would talk about a lot in our meetings is it's like, sure, someone might take an idea, right? Okay, you take our base idea, go for it, give it a shot, right? You're gonna do that. It's gonna come out different than ours.
Yeah, it will never be exactly what we have.
No matter what, you go into our meetings. Honestly, we started out like pretty crappy in our meetings. Like no one knew what to say.
Yeah.
But now we're like a well-oiled machine when we're talking about creative ideas. Everyone feels the right to say something, and it bouncing ideas off each other. It's beautiful. I love it.
To add, I mean, we should go into a little bit that a bit. We have a team of, was it?
There's six of us.
Six of us. It was our friend Darnell, our friend Owen, our friend Michael,
Musili.
Yeah, we call Judas.
Yeah,
and then our friend, and we have a friend Jared, and they're all a bunch of different people with different aspects of they add to this idea. And we kind of established that we needed to have weekly meetings. We tried to do it in a very structured corporate way, but the more we started to do that, the more, and this is the biggest learning process of the whole thing, is you can't do it like a school project. You can't do it like you're this big corporate business. You literally have to do it as if like you're in a basement with your friends who are trying to make something. Like you're trying to build this thing. Like you gotta be raw, you gotta be there, you gotta be initiative, you just gotta be actually a part of this project.
Being leaders of the project, what we took away from this is culture, right? Going back to that, like culture is the most important thing. We don't pay them. You know what I mean? We don't pay anyone that I've ever worked with, which is so crazy to say. It's worked for me. I've never paid them. And sorry, but it's just like what it comes down to is like
we technically paid Owen.
Technically, but not really.
I mean, now he doesn't want to leave. He's like, yo, let's keep this going.
But the thing is, it's called. I think of it as like the culture, right? We create this culture of like, we've got drive, we got determination, we want to make something happen, and if you want to be with us, you want to be with us. I'm not forcing you to stay, and I'm not putting pressure on you to like not leave. Like you can leave at any moment. I always say that, but creating this culture of that, like we're not just like a team of people that are only working on this. We're people who care about each other. You know what I mean? And that really makes people want to work for us and make people like want to continue doing that, putting in the effort that they're doing, which is nice.
We do a great job of inspiring them too. Like I told this to him in the beginning when we were finding people. I was like, we can't find people that just want to do it for the money. Like we genuinely have to find people who like the idea. Yeah.